What if AI is not coming for your job? What if it's way worse? What if AI is coming for your identity, for who you think you are? It's coming to disrupt and undermine your reputation with yourself and what you've done in your life, in school, in your internships, maybe even in grad school, the things that you've done, the investments that you've made in developing your brain mostly, to be able to know a certain set of things, to be able to move information in a certain set of ways, to analyze, to do research, to write, whether that's words or code. And all of a sudden this technology comes along that's very quickly better than you or I at that thing that we've invested in. And I think that's what the debate is really about. And I think that's what our anxiety is really about and what you might be feeling right now. It's not so much that AI is going to take jobs. It might do that, it might not. And I think there's a reasonable debate about it. I don't think anyone really knows the answer. It's a good thing to talk about. But I think what's much more interesting is what AI is definitely doing, which is that it is disrupting and undermining our sense of self. You've probably heard of Descartes, I think, therefore I am, right? That's been the governing principle of how we think about ourselves for the last couple hundred years as human beings. Who we are, who I am, is based in thought, cognitive ability. What if that's not true? What if it's only part of the story? Isn't that what you've been exploring in your own time through meditation, through yoga, through therapy, through psychedelics, through all the different things, through nature, through the things you're doing with your body and fitness and nutrition? Isn't that really what you're trying to do, to discover a version of yourself that's bigger than or underneath or beyond your mind? So you could look at AI as a threat, could get triggered by it. A lot of people are triggered by it. Let's shut it down, as if that's going to happen. Wise people do the opposite. Wise people, when they encounter a trigger, something that really bothers them, something that really makes them go, oh, they don't run away from it. They run towards it. They go, why does that bother me so much? Why is it under my skin? It's just a technology. It's just a bunch of ones and zeros. How is it having such an impact on my sense of self-worth and my sense of identity? That's where all the richness is. And that's such an amazing journey. That's the journey that the sages and saints have been inviting us to go on for thousands of years and have been trying to convince us modern folk, householders, people with families and kids and busy jobs and all this technology, whether it's the 2026 version of technology or the 1986 version of technology. They've been inviting us to do the same thing, to see, to seek, and to find a version of ourselves that is not our mind, that is based in something far deeper, in what we feel, and a relationship with ourself, with our world, with our physical bodies, as spiritual selves, that cannot be defined or restricted or contained by our cognitive abilities, the things we learned or didn't learn in school, or the things we are rewarded for more or less at work, our ability to use our mind. We've taken such a narrow version of humanity and attached so much identity to it. We've so much invested in that game. That's why it's so triggering. That's a good thing. That's the invitation of the AI era, from my view. It's not to discount disruption and the real concerns that people have, whether it's about job loss or AI data centers or what have you. Those are all really worthy and good debates that should be had. But the one that we're going to talk about on this channel is far deeper, is what does it mean for us as sovereign beings, as individuals, as selves, as people, humans, in relationship with ourselves, with our family, with our community, with the world, and with the divine. So if you're triggered by AI a little bit or a lot, it's my first invitation to you, but it won't be the last.